Close up, baby. Close up.
Get into that pretty face of yours.
Ooh, yeah. Smooth radio voice, that pretty face.
Long time listener, first time caller?
You're on the air. My name is Mark Allison. A lot of people call me Donnie, and I'm 24 years old. It started with a dear friend of mine, Mike Casimir, started calling me Donnie once he learned my middle name was Donald. I've been riding bikes since probably 4th grade. A really close friend of mine, Corey, growing up, his dad took both of us up to the top of SST. I remember it really clearly because when we were riding out on the road back to Lafines, I ran into the back of Corey really hard because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, was kind of hooked from there.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold.
I'm a big believer in pedaling to the top. So I like to do big, long climbs. I like long, steep descents. I mean, pretty much anything. I kind of like it all. I can get down with the XC style or the full gnarly trail or just putting around Galbraith. I find my escape by going and riding further, deeper trails. A lot of that's on the gravel bike. Go out some old gravel roads, south of town, north of town. Really, you can get pretty deep and not see anybody for all day if you want to. I think I'm the only person at Kona was actually born in Bellingham. The cycling community has grown massively. You know, we've seen a lot more money and a lot more effort and a lot more people willing to put work into making more trails, maintaining trails. And then, you know, on the other half, you see a lot more people and it's busier. And I think ultimately that's a good thing. Sometimes you have to be the crusty local. Growing up, I did a lot of downhill riding. I really didn't have a trail bike, just ride our downhill bikes. And I did some racing then and had a lot of fun, but I had a couple other friends I made through downhilling that were talking about this new enduro thing. It was the first year of the Cascadia Dirt Cup, kind of our local regional enduro series. And went down to Capitol Forest in Olympia, Washington and had my first race. Was pretty hooked after that. I worked at a local bike shop in town, so I was able to bro deal a sweet trail bike. Kind of took off from there. Some big inspiration from like Mike Casimir, Spencer Paxson. Those two guys really pushed me a lot in a good way. Really opened my eyes to where you could go and how long you could go on a bike. I think in 2016 was my first full enduro series and had a ton of fun and did it again in 2017. And new for me in 2019 is cross country. Spencer has talked me into doing some cross country racing this year and did a couple BCXC style races. My first job at Kona really, like I was saying, was the launch builds. And then once I was actually on the payroll, I helped a lot with the product development group. I did, you know, anything from bike builds to some product testing, organizing, kind of just a little of everything. And then recently, just this past year, I got offered a product management spot, and that's where I'm currently at. The bike I ride is a Process 153 29CR. I race a lot of enduro. A lot of the trails I ride here in Bellingham call for a little bit more aggressive bike. And I think the Process strikes a really good balance between a full-on race bike and something that you could ride on everyday trails and still have a ton of fun.